Right, so today we're going to talk about the spouse visa if you're coming to the UK. So, what is the UK spouse visa? So, the UK spouse or dependent visa is a visa you're going to get if your partner comes to the UK and they come for work and then you are married to them or you are in civil partnership that's recognized by the UK government or by the UK laws. So you need to prove that you are married to that person legally, meaning to say it should be a marriage certificate, or in some cases, exceptional cases, if you're not married legally, you may have to prove that you are married in another form of marriage that's recognized by the UK laws. But one thing you should understand when you're applying for the spouse visa is that you can only bring one spouse, meaning to say, if you're in a polygamous kind of a marriage where you've got three or four, five partners, only one of them is allowed to come to the UK. So once you have bought just one partner, then you're not allowed to bring another one unless they come on a different visa where they're coming on their own sponsorship or they're not coming on a skilled worker visa. So the spouse visa, you can apply for it before you even come to the UK. In some cases, you can just have to apply when you have come already here, like the partner who is the main sponsor in this case, because your partner will be the sponsor in that case. The spouse will be coming under the one who is on the skilled worker visa. So you can still apply for this visa once you come to the UK, or you can as well just apply for the same visa just before you even come to the UK. You can apply for your visas at the same time. But I don't encourage you to apply for a spouse visa before the main applicant has had their visa accepted. Why do I not encourage that? Because your visa can be rejected, and then once your visa is rejected, and then you've or you would have applied for the dependents and for the spouse, you would have wasted a lot of money, and all of it is not refundable at all. So you need to understand that you can only apply, you still can apply at the same time, but my advice is that you need to apply once the main applicant's visa has been approved or has been successful, and then you apply for the rest of the dependents and spouse. So as for the dependents, it can be your children, it can be yes, your children with the same I would say what they call biological children or other children you have adopted, as long as there are some legal documents that says you have adopted those children. So you can still bring them as long as they're under the age of 18 years of age. So once they're over 18, they may not come as dependent visa. They may have to come on a separate visa, like a student visa, separately, not still under you because they are no longer dependents. So these are the things you need to be aware of when you're applying for the spouse visa. The application fee is the same as the application fee that the main applicant has used. Meaning to say, if they're coming on a healthcare visa and the application fee for the visa, if the application fee for the visa is suppose 500, then the application fees for the spouse as well is the same amount of money, uh, and the rest of the dependents as well. You don't pay less amount of money. It's all the same. So once you have your visa application, you apply and you put your documents as well. So sort of documents you need when you're applying for the spouse visa, you need to prove your marriage, meaning to say the marriage certificate. If you have had your wedding, you need to put your like your marriage certificate, legal document that shows that you are really married. And in some cases, the exceptional cases, They will ask for further information if they are not satisfied by our application, meaning to say, they may ask for your proof to say you really were in a relationship. They may ask for your photos of you dating when you used to date before you get married. They may ask for anything, any proof that shows that you were really a married couple. So it can be some wedding invitation cards, it can be wedding photos, anything else. The Home Office can ask you that if they are not satisfied by the marriage that you are claiming to be in. So remember that you should be prepared to show them additional evidence if they ask you to do so. If it's a dependent, it could be a child, maybe for instance your son or your daughter. They need to show proof to say they are really related to you as a child. It means it should show on their birth certificate, it should show on all of the documents that you are the father or you are the mother of that child. Many people seem to get it all confused. When applying for the UK visa, you don't need to prove your English qualification if you're coming as a spouse. Don't write hours, don't do any English qualifications, it's not relevant. You don't need that. You can simply apply with those documents I've said: the marriage certificate proof, the visa application fee. If you're coming from a country that has to have TB testing, you need to show TB test certificate. And if you're coming from another country that have got some other red list restrictions from by the UK government, let's say hay fever or something, you should prove all that as certifications. And then lastly, you also need to make sure that you provide your criminal record, which is clean. So if you have committed any crimes, you may fail to get any visa in the UK, unfortunately, because they are very strict. They don't want criminals here. They try as much to avoid any people who can potentially cause any crimes, because the crime rates in the UK are very, very low. They're very good actually as compared to most or the majority of the countries in the world. It's one of the safest countries you can be in terms of crime. So they need to see your criminal record. If you have had committed crimes before, you may have to be rejected to get the visa. So lastly, once you've had your visa, you are in the UK, you can enjoy your stay in the UK. The benefits of coming to the UK as a spouse visa, I will discuss that on another video. There are things you should know as a spouse when you come to the UK. There are things you should do, there are things you can't do on a spouse visa, and there are things you can do on a dependent visa, or your children. There are things they can do when they come on a dependent visa. There are things they cannot do. I'll discuss that on another video. So subscribe to my channel for more guidance about visa for overseas, because I'll be discussing a lot of other countries as well, not just the UK. This is the right channel for you if you're looking for an overseas job. I post all those jobs regularly on a weekly basis, all with visa sponsorship for free. Subscribe to my channel, scroll down to my other videos and see some of the jobs I've posted. Thank you. I look forward to see you soon. Have a good one.